The world was shocked when a new headline swept across every major news outlet, catching everyone off guard. In a speech that quickly became the center of global attention, Donald Trump made a bold and unexpected statement. The headline screamed, "Trump says Pakistan PM would have died in nuclear war if not for him." Newsrooms buzzed with activity as journalists scrambled to verify the claim. People everywhere, from busy city streets to quiet living rooms, asked the same question. Was it true? Could one man have really prevented a nuclear disaster? The former president's words instantly lit up the news cycle and exploded across social media platforms, with hashtags trending worldwide. Trump's claim came during a State of the Union-style speech, packed with dramatic moments and bold declarations that kept viewers glued to their screens. He stood tall, radiating confidence, and declared that he had personally stopped a nuclear war between India and Pakistan, a conflict that could have changed the course of history. The audience watched closely, hanging on every word, as Trump described tense negotiations and secret conversations that, according to him, averted catastrophe. As the cameras flashed and reporters jotted down every detail, Trump explained just how close the world had come to disaster, painting a picture of a world on the brink. He said, "Without his intervention and leadership, the Prime Minister of Pakistan would have been gone, and millions of lives could have been lost in a nuclear exchange." It was a powerful moment, meant to show that his actions, behind closed doors, had kept not just one leader, but entire nations, safe from unimaginable destruction. People everywhere wanted to know more. Conversations erupted in cafes, offices, and online forums as everyone tried to piece together what really happened. What really happened between India and Pakistan? Was the world truly on the edge of nuclear war, or was this just another dramatic claim? Could Trump's story be true? Experts and analysts debated the details, dissecting every word and searching for evidence. The details that followed were just as dramatic, revealing a tangled web of diplomacy, tension, and high-stakes decisions that kept the world holding its breath. Donald Trump made a claim that was both simple and shocking. He said he personally stopped a nuclear war between India and Pakistan. This statement, bold as it was, quickly caught the attention of the world. Trump described his actions as crucial, suggesting that without his intervention, the consequences could have been catastrophic. India and Pakistan have a long and tense history, marked by decades of rivalry and mistrust. Their border is one of the most heavily militarized in the world, and even small incidents can quickly escalate into major crises. Both nations possess nuclear weapons, making their disputes especially dangerous. The world watches closely whenever tensions rise, knowing that the stakes are incredibly high. According to Trump, the situation reached a critical point. He claimed that the threat of war was real and immediate, with both sides preparing for the worst. He said that after a serious incident, both countries were on the brink of open conflict. Military forces were mobilized, and the world held its breath, fearing what might come next. Trump insisted that his intervention was the only thing that prevented disaster. He suggested that if he hadn't stepped in, the world could have witnessed a devastating nuclear war, with consequences far beyond South Asia. He even went so far as to say, the Prime Minister of Pakistan would have been gone, highlighting just how close the world came to tragedy, according to his account. The conflict over Kashmir has fueled many confrontations between India and Pakistan. This disputed region remains a flashpoint, and past wars have started here. The risk of escalation is always present. A nuclear war would be a disaster not just for India and Pakistan, but for the entire world. The fallout would affect millions, disrupt global stability, and change history forever. That's why every small conflict between these two countries is watched so closely. The fear of nuclear war makes even minor incidents seem incredibly important and dangerous. Trump wanted the world to see him as the leader who stepped in at the right moment, preventing a disaster that could have changed the course of history. He positioned himself as a peacemaker on the global stage. He took credit for calming tensions, claiming that his actions helped bring both sides back from the brink and kept millions of people safe from harm. Trump's dramatic claim made headlines around the world, sparking debate and discussion about what really happened and just how close the world came to disaster. Trump did not stop with India and Pakistan. He wanted to make it clear that his efforts to bring peace went far beyond just one region or a single dispute. In his speeches, he often emphasized that his administration was committed to reducing global tensions wherever possible. In one particular speech, he listed 8 different wars or conflicts that he said he helped end or prevent. This was a bold claim, and he used it to highlight what he saw as his unique approach to foreign policy, one that focused on negotiation and strength rather than endless military involvement. He wanted people to know that he had made peace across the world, not just in 1 or 2 places. Trump often pointed to his meetings with world leaders as proof of his diplomatic skills and his ability to broker deals that others could not. He mentioned Cambodia and Thailand, Kosovo and Serbia, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan. These are regions that have experienced decades of tension, violence, or outright war, and Trump wanted to show that he had played a role in calming these hotspots. He also included the Congo and Rwanda, 2 countries with a long history of conflict and humanitarian crises. By naming these places, Trump was trying to show the breadth of his influence. Each of these places has faced serious conflict or the threat of war. The people living there have often suffered from violence, instability, and uncertainty about the future. Trump said his actions helped stop fighting or kept things from getting worse. He claimed that his administration's policies, whether through sanctions, negotiations, or direct talks, made a real difference in preventing new wars from breaking out. By naming so many places, Trump showed how global his claims were. He wanted to be seen as a leader who cared about peace everywhere, not just in America's closest allies or most strategic interests. He wanted everyone to see him as a peacemaker, not just in one region, but on every continent. This was central to his image as a president who put America first, but also looked out for global stability. Each country he named has its own story of trouble and tension. Some have seen recent flare-ups, while others have long histories of unresolved disputes and fragile ceasefires. Some of these claims are hard to check. The reality on the ground is often complicated, and peace is rarely the result of just one person's actions. Experts and journalists have pointed out that many of these conflicts are ongoing or only partially resolved. But Trump's message was clear. He wanted the world to believe that, thanks to him, it was more peaceful and secure. Whether or not his claims hold up to scrutiny, he made sure that his audience saw him as a global peacemaker, someone who could bring calm to even the most troubled regions. Trump spoke about Cambodia and Thailand. He said that his actions stopped chaos in this corner of Asia. These 2 countries have a difficult history, and sometimes tensions have run high. In his speech, Trump did not give all the details, but he included Cambodia and Thailand in his list of saved countries. He wanted to show that his influence went far beyond America's borders. The mention of these countries may have surprised some listeners. Most people do not often hear about war between Cambodia and Thailand. But Trump's point was that trouble could have started, and he prevented it. Whether or not there was a real danger, Trump's story made him look strong. He was the leader who kept the peace, even in faraway places many Americans know little about. Trump also talked about his role in places like Kosovo and Serbia. This region in Europe has a troubled past, with wars in the 1990s that left deep scars. Fighting between Kosovo and Serbia still sometimes threatens peace. Trump said he helped prevent new violence between these countries. He also named other conflict zones, Armenia and Azerbaijan, where war broke out in 2020. Israel and Iran, with their deep hostilities, and the Congo and Rwanda, which have faced many years of trouble. Each of these places is a flashpoint, a spot where war could start at any time. Trump's claims painted him as a man who could calm even the world's most dangerous disputes. Again, Trump did not share every detail, but he wanted his listeners to believe that, because of him, wars were stopped and lives were saved. His words carried the message of peace through strength. During his speech, Trump thanked several people who he said helped him. He named Steve Witkoff, a businessman and friend. Witkoff, Trump said, was part of his team and a trusted advisor. He also gave credit to Jared Kushner, his son-in-law. During Trump's time as president, Kushner worked on several international deals, especially in the Middle East. Trump said, "Without these people, peace would have been harder to win. Trump's speech was full of praise for those who stood with him. He wanted to show that his victories were not just his own, but came from teamwork. The message was simple: good friends and advisors mattered. By naming these people, Trump hoped to strengthen their reputations too. He showed that behind every big decision, there was a group working hard for peace. One surprising moment in Trump's speech was his praise for Marco Rubio. Rubio is a well-known senator, but in Trump's story, he was Secretary of State. Trump said Rubio did an incredible job in this important role. The Secretary of State is responsible for foreign policy, dealing with other countries and keeping America safe. Trump's words showed he trusted Rubio to handle tough talks and delicate situations. Trump told his audience that Rubio helped stop wars and brought countries together. He said that Rubio's work saved lives and made the world safer. This praise was meant to show that Trump chose the right people for the hardest jobs. By highlighting Rubio, Trump pointed to the importance of strong leaders in government. It was another way to show that his team, not just himself, deserved credit for peace. In the middle of his speech, Trump made another big claim. He said that every time an American was taken hostage while he was president, that person was brought home safely. "We got everyone," he said proudly. Hostage situations are always dangerous. Families wait anxiously for news. Trump wanted people to remember that, under his leadership, no American was left behind. He shared stories of hostages returning, hugged by their families, and celebrated by the nation. Trump used these stories to show his strength and care for Americans abroad. Whether in war or in peace, Trump's message was clear. He acted fast and brought results. Hostages came home, and America looked strong. Trump's speech was full of bold statements and powerful stories. He claimed to have stopped wars, saved leaders, and brought peace around the world. The biggest moment was his claim about preventing nuclear war between India and Pakistan. Some people questioned Trump's stories. Others were inspired by his confidence. What is certain is that his words made headlines and got people talking about his time as president. As with any political claim, it is important to check the facts and look for evidence. But Trump's message was simple and clear. He wanted people to see him as a hero and peacemaker. In the end, Trump's dramatic claims shaped how many people remember his leadership. Whether true or not, his speech left a strong impression on the world.